Hi everyone. Hi my dear ones. Here's Katherine. Totally excited and enthusiastic. I was already sitting for an hour for you, my dear ones, to prepare the newest news for you, the newest June energies, because we are already on the 4th of June today. And there is so much new and so much curiosity and also so much enthusiasm. How I'm choosing now and how what I had in my awareness and what my body unbelievably is already putting into motion, even without cognitively and consciously having that, above all, already in my perception. And I would like to tell you about these new possibilities. Today, I have everything up to finest detail written down so that I don't forget anything. And also for this energy flow, which is very cool, to keep it. Wonderful. There is already the first person listening. I don't see yet who that is. Exactly. Who am I that I do something like this? I am Katherine. That's my name. Katherine. And I was before not in such a good state. How many of people in the world are very disconnected, not conscious? A lot of heaviness, a lot of sadness, and not much movement, very stuck and disconnected from myself. In the meantime, I'm living my life very differently. It's also very much fun. And I have, in the 20 years where I've been coaching, and let the magic flow and bring wonders, and being a change maker worldwide. And also, I'm now have written a book that is coming out soon this year, so you can pre-order it already. And so that's different things I do. I'm very generously bringing the light everywhere it's dark, and I find it really cool. That came at some point, just every month, to do an energy update, because first of all, you can choose what you would like to create with them, and if you would like to have some things more consciously, some things can go a lot easier for you. Yay, we have 3 people already. Very good. And yes, and you can just make more choices with it, or even just choose more lightness because you have heard something of the states, from the news, from new energies. Cool. Now we have 3 people here already. I'm just gonna start because you can listen to the recording as well. The beginning, whoever comes later can just choose to listen to the beginning if Facebook allows. There are watch parties, possibilities where you can now invite all your interested friends and share this with them. That would be also cool, because spreading the light and the joy. Cool. So the first thing is what we're here in June, and also very much more intense and stronger gonna have, is more presence. There where you are still practicing to hold your presence, to stay with yourself, to be connected with you, and not to buy and choose the realities and choices of others, where you totally disappear and let yourself give yourself up. By the way, that's what is totally on in my courses. Also, to facilitate everyone as far so that they can stay more and more here, because your energy is the biggest gift also for you, not for the other ones only, also for you. And above all, that also brings more ease. So more presence, and we have wonderful new, super new energies for that we from above, also from the Mother Earth, because that's always one unit, have many possibilities, invitations, and contributing energies to choose to stay with ourselves and present with ourselves. That's what brings me to the next topic right away. It's going to get more conscious for you what kicks you out of your presence. It's going to get more conscious that you can truly choose new choices. It's going to get more conscious for you that when you're with another one, you don't have to buy their realities, but can really be in your universe and in your flow. Super. By the way, if we're now speaking about the flow, there is also a new level of being in your flow more. Everything is even lighter to be in the flow and in your flow, to recognize your flow. Your body will also with a lot more ease be able to choose your flow. So your flow, not the one of the others, with a great contribution and the energies. To choose more presence, it's also going to be easier to hear this and put it to action. Trust your body, let your head go, and stay in your flow and just take actions and wonder at how much magic, how many miracles can unfold through that. Good. We also have a beginning of a new phase, and we are there already in... It has begun already in the mid-May, end of May. And that means, what are we in the new phase with? We're in the new phase with group connections. What does that mean? That is about more and more, you're going to see it's more and more about you connecting with the groups that contribute to you more, that you always want to meet those, also physically, not just online, and a lot more here in the community, meeting you in a community, also staying present with you, also being present with the other one, and that goes above all, firstly, when you're conscious and present with yourself. And what's very strong is also our judgment simultaneously. Us judging what is really important for us. It's going to get more conscious for you. What can you change here already? What can you let go of? What's working for you? What doesn't work anymore? And simply just more checking your validation and judgments. I have a beautiful oil here. It's about consciousness, more trust into yourself. And above all, it's called Valor. Also a lot about your value, because with courage and trust and connection with yourself, you can perceive a lot clearer what's on and what's just old conviction that has nothing to do with your worthiness anymore. Very good. What's also there is that with the lockdown, we have been busy with ourselves, and now we're starting to come out more and more, a lot more, with a lot more power and strongness and presence, so with a new level of presence, totally new and different. It's cool. And what does more consciousness and more presence mean? That means that many more things will nicely have possibilities for the things that are not present and not conscious to come up. It could be that June for some people is very intense, because everything that you have suppressed and hidden away, it comes with a lot more presence and consciousness up for you. That means that you don't have to invest like, oh, how intense that is. Just ask more questions and surrender to it more and more. Because everyone, even the collective, are totally, they've had enough from being tired, exhausted, being stressed, or even when we are in the groups, to just being very tired and getting unconscious, or to have the level of matching the unconscious person or the unconscious chain in the group. And since we have really had enough of that, there are really in June possibilities to start, and that's what the group connections are for here, and why we are gonna have observe how we're choosing more and more in different forms to really contribute to one another even more and more, each one with their gifts, with their capacities, with their contributing energies. That is a call that you're gonna, from inside, maybe even unconsciously, perceive, and you will always create more and more that you're coming together with different people and other people, and when you're awake and present, you're gonna see which are those that are more on your energetical level and those that are can be a contribution to you. That's always, meanwhile, it's really about totally those new energies that come down here in June. I know that I say that every month, but it's so quick, and it's really each month more and more new energies coming, and above all, more and more for the birth of the new world. We're really now in this birthing, and there's more and more also, it's more and more about together carrying and listening to your own visions and waking up and living through this waking, because it's coming more and more in waves. And there it's very important, if you are having those awakening moments where your body is getting totally clear, or even something is orgastic in your body, totally sparkling, coming through. Those are waves of waking up. Please, if you have an awareness or vision how your life could be and look, then please wait until this waking up process that makes waves and is going to come more and more and create more and more. Wait until that is through, and you don't have to instantly totally reverse your life just because you've had an awakening process with visions and more clarity. Rather wait until that sinks and be patient, so that once you have gone through these different waves, it's going to probably be so that your choices are going to be totally different, and your possibilities are also going to be totally different, rather than if you jumped at the first wave. Great, I hope that is already a lot more conscious and clear for you. That's why, in order to get a lot more clarity, I have brought clarity all for you. It smells wonderful, you can diffuse it. And it's for me always, when I'm a bit more unclear or kind of numbed, it's a great companion and great contribution. Okay, let's have a look. What else haven't I yet told you about? Yes, so everybody's here to contribute to one another. This lone wolf, I want to do everything on my own, and I want to check everything alone. That's not about that anymore. It's really about being together and coming together with this new presence and being a contribution to one another, above all, in order to, for this, the garden, this new garden of the new world, to create together, to create it together. And through that also with more clarity, that's going to go through the following years as well, that a lot more clarity comes in also collectively, and the distance that we had before, it's going to stay. This distance is not just through the lockdown, because it's also required that everybody comes more and more in their heart, that everybody gets more strong, empowered, less in the head, more in the heart, and always coming more into their power. I'm not speaking about the power that is like, I'll have to do this now and with a will, but more about this alignment in your universal, unique alignment with your original energy, being connected with it. And from that, together, creating and birthing this new garden of togetherness. We're also in this birthing space and process. That's why it's also about waking up, and this with the process of distance and separation, where everybody's coming more and more back into their unity, and then also being able to choose this unity in the group. That's what's required above all for the next 6 months. Exactly. Very good. I have more for you. I have more notes. I'm in a hurry so that it doesn't get boring, but so that I can also give you everything. It's unbelievable how much there is. And the key is really for this new birth and is in the connection and in working together. So the connection with the people and in working together. Letting go together, maybe, or contributing to one another. What could be here in the way to the future creations, asking more questions, telling others that they can ask more questions, that they can come to this space of consciousness, because then it's going to get more and more easy. Because it's really about the lockdown that has created the separation in order to get more clarity and power in you to enforce that, and in order to then, after, with the togetherness and with the community, you for the others, and also receiving from the others for you these contributing energies. What you're going to see is that there are so many, there's going to be more and more different realities. It's going to change more, and the consciousness levels are going to be more different. What's very important, stay in your consciousness, choose your reality, your universe, and your energy, and stay as good as possible connected. It's going to be more and more of a distance that are totally normal. It's just those that want to go into the hopelessness and invest into it. Those are those that invest into fear. Those that are being stuck in that, maybe staying more in the cocooning, and those that are totally on their way, that have so much more ease and lightness to see what is theirs, that have so much more ease to also their job for the others as well, to go for the light, for the light of consciousness, that have a lot more lightness to be in the courses or to bring their work out. For some it's about cocooning, for some it's about coming out, for some it can be like an explosion, as if now you've blown the door up and you have to go out now. Also coming out bigger and stronger. What's also very strong, that's what came through in English already, it's people power and people heart power. That's what's coming more and more online and back, but in a totally different way, which is just connected with your heart and with the highest. And those people are going to come out and have even more lightness with their business or with their heart tasks of being a contribution to the other ones, not from an imagination that they have to do something, but rather from a really, what I would say, grounded connection. And I'm experiencing again and again that people think that they're, I don't know where, in the spiritual level and so much more conscious. But sometimes that's what's coming clearer and more awake to me, that many believe that all of that happens in the head and living from other dimensions. But the point is that that's not embodied. And as long as you believe that you have to have an imagination of something and choose that space, then you're missing this part, where through that it can be embodied and you're having a direct experience where you're really living in the body and you're truly perceiving, not just sensing it or feeling it like before from the head. So those steps are really required for people and are there to change more and more now, and to have it more conscious that spirituality is not something that has to do with many dimensions, and I'm always foaming around in other dimensions, but it's really about being present here and now. Who wants to know more about it or change that, please just get a quick session with me to have a look if that's maybe a case for you, because that does not bring lightness. That's mostly just a possibility of staying in the survival place where I have to survive on a platform which has been made that you want to escape from, perhaps, and that we can change it instantly, very easily, if you're ready. Next step is apparition, or coming to light, which means many shadows want to come to light, also for the next years. So how can you be with that in total ease? And what does that mean? That means, above all, that even that which you're now believing as realities or having as points of view or beliefs, it can be that from today to tomorrow, that's totally looking totally different. We're getting a lot of charge for more consciousness. I'm noticing that my body, the moment it's with other people, it takes on such intensity of energy, consciousness, and presence that I, 3/4 years ago, have not allowed that much, or maybe it wasn't on that much. It's very all happening how it should be to the right moment, and through that also the transformation is very magic and wonderfully quick. Exactly, I'm looking at my little note here. Then there's also where we could trick ourselves if we would like to choose that. One can be even more awake and more present. What are your tricks where you would like to buy into some stuff from yourself which is not yet with the new truth, which is maybe there already and you have not actualized yet? Or where you're holding on to the old still, also truths? Because, for example, something was in couples, you had a together reality or together truth of both of you, also with kids or in the work. There's going to be changes and shifts there with new points of view, and there can be a lot more change happening. Don't fight and don't go into that, oh, they don't understand me, they don't want me. Those are just distraction mechanisms, and don't go into the feeling of sadness or anger. And if that comes up, have a look what is coming up that you have maybe at some point bought in as your life truth in order to be protected, or you made some conclusions about it. So have a look there and just be, hey, that's my truth is my truth. I don't have to convince anybody, and I can leave other people's truth and realities to them. The best case, you can be an invitation to all possibilities, because that I'm experiencing again and again. If you are inviting others to different possibilities, there are bodies that do want to go in this direction, do want to choose in this direction, want to check out what that does with them. Then we have the fastness, that through the consciousness has changed so intensely and so quickly. It's going to be more and more to fill in the everyday with presence and being there, less reacting and allowing yourself to act, to take actions. That's very important. And everything which you're receiving of new inputs, really check it and make many experiences, because what's doing new links in your brain, the experiences, not what you're believing and have bought in as your belief, rather that what you have checked out and where you have explored and have been conscious on what is yours and what is your truth. Here I'm seeing that somebody is coming to listen. It's interesting that the Facebook is not showing me the comments and who you are and where you're from. So write it down in the comments. I'm happy to read that. You can just write down who you are, where you're from. Or also if that or what you're listening is making resonance with you, that's also great. I'm just going to keep on speaking in the meantime. Good, because I also have a bit more for you. Yes. Exactly, so these waves, these old waves, to let them pass through, and the new waves more opening up for the new waves and new worlds. So the old waves are often gonna come as a check. Do you still want to choose that? Maybe it's sometimes a mixture of the old and new. Doesn't matter, just go with your presence, go further, have a look what's coming in your presence. In order to have more balance and lightness, it's also about staying in your creating praxis. What does that mean? When you're finding yourself in old situations, or you're seeing, my head is again turning on, it believes this and this, it comes again with the point of view that I'm bad or wrong, or my head program wants to come on and make everything wrong or bad or small, then just ask questions. How does it get any better? Or what else is possible here? Check it from your heart. Universe, what can I here choose totally new and totally different? That's, for example, a creating question. And that takes just more practice, so that you don't go with your head and invest into the old world. So you have a look, okay, so that wants to come now, and what else? What new choices do I have available here to stay creating, to keep creating, to birth this new. Also a lot about this harmony. The oil harmony can help. It's also a great oil mixture to bring yourself and keep yourself in a way of balance and harmony, so the waves can go through easier, that you can integrate more, that your clarity can stay more clearly here, and that your body has a lot more ease here. Because on our soul level, we're very quick to change, but our body sometimes needs a bit more time. So just being present, being loving, kind, just embrace into your loving heart everything that comes up. Also, if you have some visions that are coming more and more, above all, when you're more balanced, it could be that more visions and more clarity is coming on. Dreamcatcher is a beautiful oil for going to sleep and diffuse it during the night. Hey, there's somebody there. Hey, Michaela is now more present, or at least I see her as Michaela. Hello. I'm greeting you all, even if you're not all, if I can't see who he is listening. I believe Wolfgang is also there. Good. So what I also wanted to say is that when new visions and new possibilities come, then it's about action, living action. That means everything that's coming on now in, it means you should go into action about it. It's not about sitting on the couch and being like, hey, I'm looking at it all, and I don't act, even though it's really clear about stand up, drive there, do that, drive earlier. We had that today in the morning. There was a possibility that I could have driven to a beautiful eco-village on a mountain, and I was like, no, it was very clear, today I'm not gonna go there. And then it started raining, and it was such a relief in my body. Great, what a choice. And more of such things you can experience, that those are the small wonders. Activation and awakening. I told you that it's about letting the waves through, and after months starting to invite this to change in your life. But I'm also getting now, that was not there before, is that it could be that after each wave you have more clarity, and through that, and also during one wave which is happening, you have new different consciousness coming, and your choice possibilities are looking totally differently. Ask questions. When is the time for a choice? When is the time for a change? Where is a change required? What new choices can I make, and when. Those are also great questions that are also creating, and then step out of your head, of course, naturally, and just receive the universe with everything which is delivering to you. Because ask and you shall receive. Cool. These wonderful energies, and for sure a lot more, are here. You are creating your life. You're creating with your choices. You're creating with your questions. You're creating what you would like. That's just a takeaway from what's possible, because you knew all the stars in the sky, so many possibilities there are in each situation, not just black and white. What else do I have to tell you? I have another oil here, and that is, in order to be connected easier with your godliness, is frankincense. It opens, and the frankincense does something very beautiful. It hugs you and protects you and brings you very soft invitations to choose even more of your godly being, of your presence. It's totally exactly where you are. There's no forcing, there's no fight. It's always like, hey, look, there's even more, and would you like to choose that? That's how frankincense works. You can also take it in the hand and just smell it, or I'm always gladly taking it in my crown chakra or in my craft, in my power band. That's from Access Consciousness, Access Bars. I'm also teaching that. You can get a session. And at a special part of the head where when you go over it, you can receive some special insights. The last words, is that correct? Oh, yes? No? Yes. Okay, so the last words, attention, taram. What could come into your experience and your life now even more is that people are more vulnerable, that they are more friendly and kind, that the people are less living the autopilot and going out more with their energy and what they truly are. Exactly. The separations, that they go more and more, even yours, and it all more comes back to the unity. And I'm not saying now that in June we're going to have total unity. And the urge, I would say, to come to unity and to let go of the unconscious is very, very strongly there, and a lot of energy that are strongly there to invite you to choose that. So the trend is to release these separations and to go into this complete unity where everything is connected. I know the head can have some imagination, how that would feel, and how that would look, and how that would be in the body. When you're in an imagination and in your head and maybe just being in higher dimensions, that's not that. That can be really complete from your body in your entire system and field, totally expanded experience. Who doesn't know that yet? Truth. Ask your body. Would it like to experience that? However, that experience would unfold for you. So go for it. Be warm-hearted with yourself. Be kind and soft and allowing, very allowing. I'm also giving you a tip to that. Many people are in tolerating and accepting, and that creates nothing, because that's just like it. I can't do anything about it, that there's no creation. But if you're in your heart and in the allowance and asking questions, which goes the best when you're in your heart and in allowance, that how it shows up, or what you're perceiving or experiencing in the situation with yourself, if you can hug that and embrace that, not having to go against because everything is correct, then you have right away more possibilities to instantly create more of that with your heart, and your presence would really like to offer you or create for you or co-create. So rather ask questions. Why is that so? That's the least useful question, because you can to universe, and from your heart you can just demand, okay, now please a parking place. You for sure know it, this little wonder, but there's also many different changes that you can totally clearly choose and ask for, and often you don't even need a word for it because it's just enough to maybe connect with energy that you maybe don't even know or can't connect. You just connect to it and be like, that's what does so much more expansion in my body, and dear universe, please bring it to me. Exactly. So that was it. All oils I have presented to you. I have in my fastness did barely just in half an hour. So if you or anybody else listening to this later have any questions to this, or an awareness, or something, would like to have something even more enlightened to this, then ask questions in the comments. If you can't grasp something of this that I'm speaking about, please just ask a question. And first of all, I would like to invite you. My heart is looking forward to it, and my little one also, to invite you to the energies that are, again, perfectly being downloaded from here, from above. On Sunday, we have a symphony of possibilities for the body, for the spirit, and for your soul, to exactly bring the space more, the space which you truly are, and to give you and your body even more lightness and ease with it. That's one thing. Then we also have it's amazing how many courses we have in June. You can go to the Being in a Moment Facebook, where you go on about. There's a section about all the events coming up, so you can have a look. What is pulling your heart? What does your heart desire? What does your body desire? So if you find something and it kind of speaks to you, but you don't know what it is or you can't grasp it, then just get in touch and get infos about it. Okay, my dear ones, my heart and my entire being is for you there in any way, and would like to be a contribution to you generously, so that your bodies have it in the best way, and so it can go easy how you would like to perceive it, or at least you can choose that. Yeah, have a look which courses are pulling you. There's a creation workshop. There is 21 days of healing. Those are short meditations that you can listen to every evening and build up on one another. And my dear ones, it's just so nice to just lay down, as when we have Symphony of Possibility, and just receive energy and open up even more, whatever is the most resonant for you in your body. I like that so. And sometimes it takes just a bit more actions to integrate something. The last women workshop was, by the way, the most wonderful, and truly the wonders that were just pouring one after the other, and it was so unbelievable, the memories that stayed. And I have the feedback from my dearest participants that are telling me things, and are even themselves are wondering and what miracles are happening. And you can also experience that too, without long working with all that, just with ease and joy and a lot of fun, and even laughing, you can come to change. That's also possible. Okay, my dear ones, I wish you a fully magical June. Use the beautiful energies that are here for you, also from the people that would like to contribute to you, gladly. There are also There's a lovely workshop for those who are often also wrapped with energies which are not there and are manipulated, and would like to have more awareness about it. Above all, great tools so you can communicate with that more and can create more ease for your body to come totally into your clarity. Because I know sometimes it gets so unclear, you don't know what's now on and what's going on and everything is so narrow and unclear, and so you can get tools and create change for that. So I'm wishing you a wonderful June, and how does it get any better and what else is possible. And what would you like in June to create for yourself, for your body, and for your new choices? And what would you like to, from your new choices, to create into the future? Because you know, the clarity doesn't come just like that. It comes because now we're intensely now creating our next 4 or 5 years. Go for new choices, go for the change, go for something new. Let the old go. And that totally lovingly and in gratitude with yourself and your body. Bye, my dear ones. That was that. See you next month. And there's also an O-Factor coaching. People, I just have ideas and ideas. Monthly O-Factor coaching, free coaching. Last Tuesday in month, there's a possibility where you can ask your questions to me for free and get facilitated. So, one more idea. We have a beautiful group and a community where we meet every Monday for meditation and have different other activities and support one another daily. You're going to find all the information on the Facebook page. So please read through all of that on the website and have a look what your body, your soul, and your spirit desire here from the most contributing energies. Now I'm done. Hi, Lenny is greeting me. Hi, great. I see one comment here. The other ones I don't see, unfortunately. No. Okay, doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm sending you many hearts. I'm hugging you and thank you that you were here. And if you have people who could be interested in this, then send them the link. And that's gonna be online for a longer time now. Good. Bye.